Hi there, it's Simone. Guess what? In the beginning of November, on a total whim, I decided to abandon my A5 MD notebook that I had been using for journaling for the past 5 months and use a Hobonichi Weeks for my daily journaling thingy. Let's just share, let me show you what this is. I made this leather cover myself. Even though I like the color, I don't like the color. It's like screaming at me all the time. So last week when I was buying all the things, I also ordered a custom notebook from Eberhard Studio. I can't wait to get it. I think she has a very great sense of proportions and colors that work together. So I really can't wait to get my cover, but for the time being I have this in here. I have a charm on here, and this is the Weeks. I stabilized the leather cover with scrapbooking paper because it's very floppy. This is the Tokyo Tower Weeks, which is not my favorite design. I originally purchased this Weeks for my son, who had promised me to be such a great planner in high school, and I had another Weeks for 2019. I gave it to him and he never used it, and so I decided, instead of wasting that planner on him, I would use it. And this is how the whole it was sitting on my desk, and I was thinking, well, what could I use this for? And at the same time, the A5 notebook was so overwhelming. I was so far behind, and then I sat down. I think it was the 1st or 2nd of November, and I just went in. And why? Oh yeah, I did this in the 2019 one. I just put things down here, and I absolutely loved it. I have been doing some similar kind of thing for a long time now, and I really enjoy doing it. However, I gave up on it this spring, when I realized that what I was documenting on the weekly page was the same thing over and over again, which is this is just the case when you document the things that you do every day, and your life isn't this one huge adventure where you do all different things every day. There's routines, there's things that you do over and over again. But what I tried to do here was, instead of only writing the things that I do, I decided to add more of the things that I am feeling. Like, that sounds stupid because it's not all feelings, but the things that I really want to remember, or when I add in the weekly review, it's because I'm so proud that I did this, or that I'm tired. But what I did, I planned Christmas and next year. I switched my journal. It's less stress, make it doable. So I'm adding sentiments of how I'm feeling about this thing. I also adding one every day. I letter something in with watercolor, and I have a glass of water that I change out frequently, my brush, and this metal tin full of watercolors sitting right next to me. This usually stays on this desk all the time, and so I can just add it in and journal. So I wasn't sure if this whole page would be enough for journaling, because I really enjoyed journaling in my A5 notebook. But yes, it totally does. And there is note pages in the back. Lots of note pages, 68. So I can, if there's ever a day that I need to add more journaling or I want to write about something else, I can move to the back and fill that in. And once I'm done with the note pages and I still need to journal more, I will then start figuring out what I'm doing. I'm not going to stress about things that haven't occurred yet. So that was the first week. I absolutely loved how this turned out. I am also adding the 3 things that I do post on every Thursday on my Instagram. I post a selfie and 3 things about me right now. It has turned out to be such a great self-care habit to just take 10-15 minutes and think about the things that are important to me right now, how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, what is moving me. Helps me a lot. I don't know if that was intended from the person who thought of it, but that's how I'm using it, and it works really, really well. So I'm decorating it and journaling about it, and once I did this, I decided, wow, I like this. I want to continue, and so let me grab. I took this, which is I like this design much more than the Tokyo Towers, but I will get used to the Tokyo Towers weeks for sure. And when this works out really well, and I'm going to continue this in 2021, I can then purchase a Hobonichi Weeks that I really like. So what I did was I went in with my cutter, with my X-Acto knife, and cut out the spreads until November 25th. This is when the Hobonichi Weeks 2020 actually started, and stuck in the weeks from November 1st to November 25th. And then I had this quick thought that, oops, if I'm going to stick the pages down, I will need I'm going to miss a spread. And what I then quickly found was that, which one was it? I think it was March. Third. Yes, March was exactly the same as November. The weekdays and the dates matched, and so I just took this weekly spread from March and stuck it in here. I covered up the 3 in March here with this November sticker. I changed the week number to 45th week, and then I was able to use it in here. So I stuck in the grid pages onto, I just started with the 18th of November, which is, if I can actually open it right here. It's here. I put it on the monthly spread that is right before November 25th. And so if I'm just going to show you in here, which is not the same, but similar, I just covered up as many monthly spreads as I needed. So this weeks goes from I think December of 2019 to March of 2021, and I am 100% sure that I do not need the monthly spreads for these months, and so I just stuck them onto the monthly spreads until I reached this, and this is where I started. So I covered up all the month of 2021 as well as December of 2020 which again is not a big deal because I don't have a plan on using these monthly spreads as a monthly overview. I am going to show you how I started using it, and I probably will continue doing that, but I just wanted to show you how I combined or put the November pages into this Hobonichi Weeks. And then I continued on. And it is such a great thing. And let me tell you why. So what I do every day is I write this much into this planner. And then I also, if I have to say anything more, I put it here. And usually it's just one tiny thought that bugs me, that I am happy about, something. I put it here. When I'm done, I add some kind of separation, and then I just continue journaling all through the page until the end. I add in some decoration. I don't add decoration, and this is very similar to what I did in my MD notebook, and I will link a flip through of the August pages in up here somewhere. But what I didn't realize was that I know that, but it just didn't click with me until now, is I don't have to spend all my free time journaling just to enjoy it and to make it a valid hobby. I can spend this much time and this much time on daily journaling and be happy and content, and then do a different thing that I like. Right now, this is knitting. It can also be baking. It can be cooking. I love many things, and with doing just this little teeny tiny bit of journaling, I'm able to actually do those, which I don't know why it took me so long to find this kind of thing, and I hope it will continue fill this journaling need that I have. So these are the pages that I'm creating, and what the funny thing is, I seem to be doing similar things every week, which I'm absolutely not concerned about. I really like these kinds of funny clusters down here. They start growing throughout the week. Since I start up here and then right down here, I always have like, so this is the current week. This is what this page looks like right now. This is what usually the pages start looking like. I add one thing, maybe another one, and then I add even more and more and more throughout the week, and then this whole cluster is finished. And the things never fit together. They don't make sense together, but they just bring me so much joy. And I just found this sticker, and I feel like I might want to stick this down somewhere here. So I'm going to put this here, and we'll put it there later on. Yeah, I'm using things that I have in my stash. I don't buy anything new. I like writing things down here, and this is more open, this is more crowded. I don't really have a goal of filling it all up. It's okay if there's room, but I do use most of the space. And if you look at the weekly spreads closer, it is divided into horizontal lines. So I have a visual orientation for how much I want to spend on each day. And then I usually add my Thursday 3 here in as well, and then write more. So yeah, that's how much I have in here. I don't really like this. I thought I was going to like this weekend banner, but it totally messed up the space that I was able to write into the Saturday, so I'm probably not going to add another one of those. But the rest I really love. Stamping in here works. I have found that this stays on. Maybe it's because it's so dry. As you can see, it's very faint here. Works really well in here with a VersaFine, which is my favorite ink pad. I have bleed through, and that's why I often just stamp on other paper. And this is also, it's very thin just because it's paper. But if you use different textures or different prints, packaging, like the paperback, the brown paperback packaging, you can get a totally different vibe just by doing that and adding more texture without chunking it up too much. That was Thanksgiving week. And this is this week. Today's Tuesday. I haven't added in my word. It's probably going to be film because that is what I'm doing today and I'm absolutely immensely enjoying. What I have been doing is I just used this sticker paper from my stash, and then this week I decided I'm going to try and stay in this kind of color scheme with my lettering and my stickers. And so I looked through and picked stickers that would go here and that would go with these colors, and decided to add them in here. And that's it. So I have them here. I can take them and stick them in here. I also, same thing, I added another finished sticker sheet in here, just added glue here. I think this was glued down here as well, but it's not sticking anymore, which is not a biggie. Here, and then have this loose in here, and I'm just going to add orphaned stickers that are like left over on the page and just add them here, so I can look here and add them in when I think I need them. That's how it's going. As you can hear, I'm super excited about this. I love how this is going, and I really, really hope that this is journaling heaven for me, and I will continue with this at least through 2020. I know that sometimes when we do the same thing over and over again, it's kind of getting boring. I hope by not adding the repeating things in here, but the things that actually make me happy, that I want to remember, it's different enough so I keep interest. So I stuck down this photo here. I added some die cuts this is from the Coffee Monsters, this is from C.A. May Draw. This is not finished. I'm just checking things out and seeing what I want in here. Don't plan on taking this outside of the house, so I didn't add any contact information yet. Not going to really use this. Maybe I'm gonna add photos or a collage or something. What I'm going to use these monthly spreads for is new things that come into my house, kind of. So I added this washi tape thing. I added the ephemera that you get from the mail that you receive, which I hope won't be a lot in December because I'm on a no spend, so it shouldn't be a lot. But I'm not opposed to, if I don't get enough to fill this, I can just continue adding collage elements to these monthly pages whenever I feel like it. I absolutely love how this is turning out, and I can see myself using my stash to create similar pages. For now, I decided to add these little itty bits of mail. This is a sticker and a washi tape that is mine from my stash, so it's a combination of all the things. So let's see where this is going. I will keep you updated. I think what I'm going to do maybe is I definitely post spreads on Instagram weekly, but I might do flip throughs of the spreads on YouTube. I don't really know yet. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in seeing how the weekly spreads turn out. I don't plan on filming the processes because I'm doing this on a daily basis and I don't want to mess with that habit by saving several days to be able to film a video. I also really don't want to like set up my cameras every day just to be able to film some kind of process. I have decided a while ago that I only film what brings me joy because this is a hobby as is journaling, and I don't want to make myself do things that I don't really enjoy. And I guess I hope you do that too. Yes, let me know in the comments what you think. Are you kind of sad that I abandoned my A5 notebook, or are you excited as I am about this new venture? Because I am in love. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Until the next video. Bye.